Hello and welcome to BDE Travels in our Camino de Santiago. In our last episode, we met Victor from Zaragoza. We encountered some very rough terrain. In today's episode, we leave the town of Palas de Rei. We come across a beautiful cross on the road. We explore the beautiful Galician fields. We learn about the Spanish Orioles. We cross a beautiful romantic bridge. Then, for the first time in our life, we eat octopus in Melide. We follow the signs on the road before reaching Arsua under torrential rains. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel as we continue here on BDE Travels in our Camino de Santiago.
Good morning, friends, in our Camino de Santiago. Leaving Palas de Rei to Arsua, 28 kilometers this morning.
It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock, and there's no fog today apparently here. And there's a storm coming.
Yes.
So, man.
If it's not one thing, it's the other.
Well, we're leaving now. It's a beautiful morning, though.
It is.
Nice pinkish sky, and just walking the Camino de Santiago. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our videos. We're doing the series in the Camino de Santiago, and you'll learn a lot. We've learned a lot.
Yeah.
So stay with us and enjoy Palas de Rei to Arsua today on El Camino de Santiago with BDE Travels. Well, folks, a little bit down the road as you leave Palas de Rei, they have a store. So if you need to buy, some things like ponchos or slippers, things that are useful for pilgrims, they have a store back there. It's right on the Camino, and it opens around 8 in the morning. So you'll be able to buy things in there.
Yeah, they have a lot of things.
Buenos días. Disculpe, ¿cómo le llaman a estas cosas? Orrio. ¿Y para qué es eso? Guardar maíz. Ah, Orrio. Ah, por eso que ellos no pueden subir por ahí. Orrio. Aprendí algo nuevo. Gracias. Hola, buenos días. Well, folks, when you get to this point, you leave the road, which is good, but the downside is that it's a dirt road with an incline going down, and if your knees are sore from the last couple of days, it'll be a little bit tough on your knees. So make sure that you get a good rest out of Palas de Rei, because once you get out approximately a kilometer and a half, you will encounter this, and the mares is feeling it right now.
Yeah, I have my left knee. It's hurting.
So there you go. I like to come over bridges because many times they have different messages, or tunnels, so people write things as you walk into the Camino. So all the way from, I think it was after Subiri, the first tunnel that we encountered. It all has messages. Some of them are good, some of them are not good to read, but the majority are good. Some of them got art. So you encounter art, people, culture, food in the Camino de Santiago. So a lot of things to learn from. And as I was saying yesterday, you know, that there's other YouTubers that were saying that there's a decrease in religious thinking. Well, as you saw right on the bridge, you know, they have a message. Yesterday we came across other messages. Somebody was writing on the sand as we were walking, Ichthus, which was the name for Jesus Christ back in the early beginnings of the church. And he was writing it in Greek, which was interesting. And then, you know, they draw the fish on the ground. So I don't know if they say that, you know, that religion or spirituality is decreasing. I don't see that in the Camino. To the contrary, I think there's an increase, an influx of that. People, they go to church usually. Most of the pilgrims that you see on the road, you'll see them at Mass in the evening. So, nah, there's not an increase. Actually, there might be a resurgence of that. Just a point of view. Again, they have these structures, as I was mentioning before, they were the local laundry back in the day. They will use the water that comes from the mountain and fill those up, and then ladies will wash the clothes and hang it up in the sun. So you can still see them. So if anybody asks, what are those things? Now you know. I love to come over bridges and find you know, small brooks or rivers. I just like that. I just love it. I just love it. It's really nice. I got a big shell here. I'm gonna take a look at it. Well, it's getting warmer, so we have to get lighter. Well, friends, one thing you will notice is that oftentimes when you're walking in the Camino, you'll see people walking in the opposite direction. And usually when that happens is that these people actually walked all the way to Santiago de Compostela, usually from the Saint Jean Pied de Port. And once they get there, they go back the same way they came in. So it's not only 500 miles, they do 1,000 miles. And I've met people that have departed Switzerland, Holland, and they walk all the way to Santiago, and then they go back walking. It takes them 3 months to get here, and then they go 3 months going back there. So
they're brave.
They're brave. But it's amazing, and usually they say that the views are beautiful, and I think the best way to experience the culture or to travel is by doing this. Instead of hanging in a hotel, you know, throughout all your vacation, the best way to do is walk the country. Get to stay in different towns, different cultures, different people, different food, the music, I mean everything. So I think the best experience to travel is by doing this. You definitely get off the regular path. You're off the beaten path. So we just saw a lady with her bike, and she's going the other way. So that means that she got into Santiago de Compostela, and now she's going back to wherever she's from. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Sometimes I'm in front, sometimes she's in front. It all depends. So, you find what you wanted.
Yeah, I just needed a coffee.
Coffee, and I had a cake. It's gone, and orange juice. And it's a very nice garden they got in here. And they got the bathrooms are outside. Beautiful fountain out there. It's nice.
The lady's not too.
She's not very friendly, right? But then again, she had soy milk and all that you needed, so it's right. I have no idea which town this one is. I gotta figure out which town this is. It's nice. It's windy, very windy, but all right. We're enjoying the Camino de Santiago here from the town that I have no idea where it is. Well, friends, as we keep on walking through the different small towns, we just noticed that things are closed. Very few bars open, very few albergues open. Usually the big towns will have the restaurants and the albergues and the hotels open, but the small towns where usually people stop in between, they're closed.
Yeah.
So right now the Camino is just a gravel road bordered by oak trees pretty much and pine trees. Right now it was very sunny early, but it looks like rain's coming, so hopefully it doesn't rain while we're walking.
Yeah.
We're halfway. We have covered so far about 13.5 kilometers, and we still have another 15 kilometers to go. And it's probably 12:30, so we're running a little bit behind schedule, but
Because we got out a little bit later
yeah, we got out late. We got out at 9.
at 9. Yeah.
But then again, the sun doesn't come out until 8:30, 8:40. So,
Yeah.
hey, well, this is what life in the Camino is all about. Well, friends, just before reaching the town of Melide, which is, they call it the capital of the octopus in Spain. That's where you buy those octopus that are cut into pieces and they put olive oil with paprika on it. Well, Melide is the place. So the town before that is Furelos, and it has a very nice bridge. And it's got very nice views, pretty much rural area. But then you come into Melide on the outskirts, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna cross the town right through the middle. It's one of the big towns, so usually if people actually do it, they go from Palas de Rei and they make Melide their next stop, but that's 30 something kilometers. I mean, from Puerto Marin to Melide, that's 30 something kilometers, 33, 34. So it's a little bit of a hike. But Melide from Palas de Rei, it's around halfway point to Arsua. And some people push it to Melide from Puerto Marin, because then the next day they want to push it a little bit more. So at the end, they end up staying at Monte de Gozo, which is only 4 kilometers from Santiago. And that way you get into Santiago early in the morning. You beat the crowds, you beat the line for your Compostela. And so if you can do it, it's a good thing. But I'm not walking alone, so I gotta take that into consideration. And I'm just gonna do it like everybody does. They go Puerto Marin, Palas de Rei, Arzua, o Pedro Suro, and then Santiago de Compostela. So stay with us here in the Camino de Santiago. Un pedacito nada más, un pedacito, pero nada más, porque
Por algo se empieza, ¿no?
quién sabe si me gusta.
El hombre que no come pulpo no levanta piernas. ¿No lo crees?
Vamos a ver.
No sé la tuya, pero la mía está muy contenta. Como yo
Está contenta.
Pulpo, ojo, cómalo todo, señora. Todo dentro. Nada de puntitas, cómalo todo. El pulpo, calidad-precio, aparte de todo esto. Sin preparar, si ya te sabe bien así, preparado, ni te lo pongo. Cómalo todo, hombre. Eso no es así, tienes que probarlo todo, con piel y todo. Hombre,
Well, folks, we just walked by La Granacha, which is apparently the famous place to eat octopus. I've never had octopus in my life.
Have I?
It tastes a little bit like tuna fish. It's a little bit more gooey, but they didn't put the olive oil, the paprika. So
It was just taken out of it, boiled. They didn't have any seasonings in it.
yeah, so
So it was okay. Maybe with the seasoning it would be better. I just don't like the texture.
yeah, I don't like this. It's kind of gooey. I mean, the inside it's like chicken. The texture of chicken, but it doesn't taste like chicken. It tastes like tuna fish. But then the skin, it's a little bit gooey, and I said, nah, it's not for me. So
Yeah, we'll pass.
at least we tried it. We came to the place where you eat octopus. So if you come to Melide, you gotta have that, because that is part.
You need to try it.
You need to try it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, friends, as you reach the town of Melide, there's actually two roads. There is the regular road, which goes to the left, and there's the complementary road, which takes to the right. So I'm gonna do right now the complementary road. It's gonna take you close to where the church is, and it leads you more to the more historical places. But other than that, it's not much of a difference. Once you get to Melide, you get to that point, the bifurcation, you choose where you want to go.
I'm tripping, I'm trying not to listen. I'm distant, I'm trying not to lose my mind, but it's working me overtime, and I think that it's about time that I read the signs.
Cathedral del Viejo San Juan. All right, folks, just leaving the town of Melide. Once again, the important thing to do in Melide is to eat the octopus, and that's about it. They got a couple of museums in there. The church is pretty good. The complimentary road will actually take you more into the town so that you can go by the cathedral and the ayuntamiento, or the city hall. And they have the tourist information area also in there. But if you stick to the regular route, it's shorter and it will take you to the same place. So the complimentary, what it does is just a loop around the cathedral, and that's about it. I think it's about an extra 200 yards. So if you want to see the cathedral, then yeah, by all means do that. If not, just stick to the regular road and you'll get through Melide really quick. It's about to start to rain. I left Damaris on a taxi because she's a little bit injured, and we're going a little bit slower because of her. But now I'm just cruising along, trying to make it to Arzua. 14 kilometers to go, and man, I am flying. So enjoy with us here at the Camino de Santiago.
I hear these voices in my head. I'm tripping, I'm trying not to listen. I'm distant, I'm trying not to lose my mind, but it's working me overtime. And I think that it's about time that I read the signs. I hear these voices in my head. I'm tripping.
Well, folks, here we go again. There's a bifurcation, two roads, a regular one, and the complimentary. So once again, you have to make a choice once you leave Melide, and we'll see which one is better for us today. This is about to rain. Well, I'm going to stick to the regular route, which is 1.9 kilometers instead of 2.1 kilometers. And they have some places where you can take a photo and stuff. It's more like a foresty if you take this route. Then on the other one, you actually go through cattle farms and out in the open. So I'm sticking to the regular route on this time. And if you come, you get to choose complimentary route or the regular route. This is how it is in the Camino de Santiago. Once you get to Galicia, always many routes to get to the point where you want to go. But at the end, everyone's getting to Santiago de Compostela. Stay with us. Well, folks, we're starting the town of Peroxa, and it started to rain, so I got my poncho on and I'm walking through these fields. Still, even though it's raining, it's beautiful out here. Well, folks, once again, another bifurcation. I'm sticking to the road because it's raining right now, and I don't want to get my shoes that dirty. So if you want to take the complimentary road, you're not going to parallel the main highway. You're just going to go out the outskirts. So today, I'm sticking to the main road. Small rest areas, and they give you information about the town and about the flora and the fauna. They tell you about the little animals that are on here, the rodents and the birds. So it's a little bit of information, so I always make a habit of stopping and reading a little bit about it, because it tells you some history also about the town. So when you have a chance, you see those little rest areas, you know, take a break, read whatever information is in there, and you'll enjoy it. It's rainy. We're enjoying the Camino de Santiago, about 4 kilometers off of Arsua. Arsua, that's the way you pronounce it. Well, folks, made it to Arsua, and right now we just finished eating at the restaurant, and it's 9 p.m. So it was good. The food was good, and it was raining a lot. So there's a storm coming named Barbara, and hopefully we can get to our place. So for now, we're gonna say goodbye from Arsua. We're doing the Camino de Santiago. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And stay with us here on the Camino de Santiago and BDE Travels.
In our next episode, we leave the town of Arzua early in the morning. We walk through the forest and reach the town of Amaris. We cross a bridge over the highway, and suddenly we encounter a bull. We stopped at a bar with lots of bottles. We looked at a James statue, and then we saw a witch. And after a very long day, we finally make it to the town of Pedro Uso. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel as we continue here on BDE Travels in our Camino de Santiago.